Dance has really been a source of healing for me. Like I mentioned earlier, I think on the demise of my late grandfather, it really took a toll on me because we were really close. My grandfather had seen me like since I was young, from all the 4 years old, 5 years old ballet. So my ballet school used to be on Fort Canning Hill. That memory of climbing the stairs with my grandfather, going to take ballet every week, never left me. And so I think when he passed away, I actually stopped dancing, I stopped teaching, I crashed for a while. I think slowing down to grieve was difficult for a man who showed so much unconditional love to me all my life. And not being able to be there at the very last moment of his death was, I think, something I held really harshly, in my heart. Like, I couldn't let go of it, I couldn't forgive myself. I think that was what kind of set me off into a series of like searching the self, whatever that means at that point in time. So I stopped dance to do like all sorts of things. I started playing the drums, I started experimenting with photography. Basically I just escaped dancing and just did everything else like to find myself. And I think a year later, I realized that I was still really unhappy. I just felt like there was more to life, but I couldn't find it, and that frustrated me terribly. And then so I went for this retreat. I think it's called Finding God in Contemporary Music. And in that retreat, I didn't think that, it was a day kind of workshop, so I didn't think it was a retreat. But when I went there, I was like, oh, this feels like a retreat, so I just call it a retreat. And over there, I realized how much the desire to move again in me welled up. But I couldn't let go of that sense of like, oh, but it took me away from my grandfather, so it's a bad thing. But I think dance has truly become therapy to me from that point on, when I confronted that fear of losing more people because I threw in all my time into dancing. And then I prayed about it, and God was like, and I asked God, like, okay, so do I have the permission, like, can I do this one last time to test if out of all the things that I have done in my life, maybe this is truly where I can find myself. And I think in those depths of pain and grief, trauma, everything that you can ever experience, the worst things in your life at that point in time resurfaced as you step back into the ring, the arena of dancing. And then, I think you realize how you approach it differently, and I can't say exactly what was the turning point. I think it's been so much, it's been a blur to me, but all I can say is God's grace is really real. When I went back into dancing, I think He really opened a lot of doors for me. So I went overseas on scholarship to dance. I thought I was going to dance for Janet Jackson, but then I got injured. So then I came back to Singapore with another bunch of disappointments and being really mad at God. I'm like, wow, you just set me up for disappointment and threw me down again. And so I think it's this journey of dance that has brought me into deeper discovery of who myself is, and also who God is to me. So He's not just a God where I learn in Sunday school where God is love, so then you must do this, and He becomes less of a ritualistic and legalistic God to me, and a God who is a whole lot more personal. When I work through my issues, when I work through my trauma, my grief, and I must say the waves of grief will come back again and again, but in between those waves of griefs, dance has become a very empowering tool, not just for me, but be able to use it for others. Affirms, I think, my personhood and raises my dignity, and I think just that belief in, okay, I have a personal dignity that I believe is more than the grief, more than the pain, more than all the suffering that I've experienced, and it gives me hope to look forward to doing more and being more. I think that's the key. I hope this story has inspired you, and I pray that you will find joy, purpose, and meaning in your own search for God as well. If you would like to find out more, hear more inspiring stories, please log on to stories.catholic.sg.